This video will demonstrate how to repair a flat tire, specifically with a Presta valve tube and for road or hybrid bicycles. For this process, you will need a new tube, 2 tire levers, a pump, and the original wheel assembly. Step 1. Prepare the tube for removal. Begin by removing any remaining air pressure in the existing tube. Remove the valve cap. Unscrew the Presta valve stem. It will not come fully off, only loosen enough to allow air to escape. Remove the stabilizing valve ring. Set these aside for later. Press down on the valve stem until all air pressure is released. Step 2. Removing the tire. Apply lateral pressure on the walls of the tire to loosen it from the rim. Repeat this back and forth pressure around the entire rim to make for an easier removal. Grab your first tire lever. Tire levers have one end which is designed to pry underneath the tire. Place the curved end of the tire lever between the rim and the tire. Apply a rotational force to the lever to pry the internal edge of the tire out from inside the rim. Hook the other end of the tire lever to one of the spokes. Leave this here for now. Grab your second lever. Place the second tire lever between the rim and the tire about 6 inches away from the first. Apply a rotational force to pull the internal edge of the tire up and out of the rim. Once a section has been successfully removed, continue sliding the second tire lever along the rim. The tire will free itself as you go. Continue moving the tire lever along the rim, repositioning the lever as necessary until the whole tire has been unseated from the rim. Remove the first tire lever. Once the tire is released from the rim on one side, use your hands to pull the tire off of the rim completely. Step 3. Prepare the tire for a new tube. Remove the old tube from the tire. Slowly, look over the old tube to see if you can find the cause of the flat. Note that old tubes can be patched and reused if the damage is not too bad. The tire and the tube can help determine the initial cause of the flat. Finding this cause, you can mitigate the chances of the same flat occurring again. Before moving forward with the new tube, clean and inspect the tire. Using a paper towel, rub the interior of the tire to remove any debris. Look along the internal and external surfaces of the tire for material puncturing the tire or damage done to it. Although punctures are the most common cause of flat tires, damage in the tire such as holes or cuts can cause flat tires due to improper support of the tube under high pressure. Remove any sharp material or other debris that is found. Step 4. Put a new tube in the tire. Remove the valve cap and the stabilizing ring from the new tube. Set these aside for later. Pump a small amount of pressure into the tube. For Presta valves, the pump will screw onto the valve stem. Turn the lever on the pump head such that it is in line with the valve stem. Pump air until the tube has just enough pressure to hold its form. Remove the pump head by pressing down on the lever and unscrewing it from the valve stem. Screw the valve stem closed. Place the tube inside the tire. I recommend doing this while the tire is laying on a horizontal surface. Be careful not to twist the tube inside the tire or cause kinks. If the tube does not want to fully fit in the tire, like this one here, unscrew the valve stem and press down on the stem to release some air pressure. Repeat this until the tube is fully seated in the tire. Close the valve stem. Move along the tire to verify that the tube is fully seated, not twisted, and that the stem is pointing directly toward the center. Step 5. Reassemble the wheel. Locate the valve hole along the rim. Place the valve stem through this hole. Starting near the valve stem, pull the tire over the seat of the rim. Take care not to twist or pinch the tube in this process. Both hands around the rim in opposite directions, pulling the tire over the edge of the rim. If the force required to pull the tire over the rim becomes too much for your hands, use a tire lever to pry the tire over the edge. Is fully over the rim, choose one side and push the sides of the tire into the seat of the rim. There are two ways to do this. Use the tire lever, slide the lever along the rim with the tip on the inside of the rim between rim and tire. Push the lever along the rim until the tire is fully seated on one side. A second option is to simply use your hands to push the tire outward from the center of the wheel until the tire edge falls down inside the rim. Either way, at the end of the process, you will likely need to use the tire lever to get the final strip of tire into the rim. Place the lever between the exposed tire and the rim, with the curve of the lever hooking the rim. Apply a rotational force upward to cause the tire to fall into place in the rim. Repeat as needed until the entire tire is seated in the rim. Using both hands, apply a back and forth motion along the tire. Careful not to push too hard and remove the tire from the rim. This process will make sure the tire is safely seated in the rim, as well as allow for any kinks in the tubing to sort itself out. Repeat along the entire circumference. Step 6. Pump up the new tube. Unscrew the valve stem. Twist the pump head onto the stem and straighten the lever on the pump head. Pump the tube to the required pressure. Bicycle tire pressures vary with different tires and rider weights. Remove the pump head from the valve. Tighten the valve stem. Screw the valve stabilizing ring on if desired. Screw the valve cap on.